Welcome back to our railroad, everyone. Today we've got a fun little project. We're going to RC and battery power and sound a Today we work on another Bachmann Climax. This time we are installing a Blunami 4408 with sound. So come on along and join the fun of garden railroading. So here's what we have for our next project. This is a small Climax, Bachmann Spectrums. There is no sound, and this is one of the older Climaxes that inside of the tender is strictly a small circuit board to attach a soundboard to. This was intended to have a soundboard connected to that and run on track power. We're not going to do track power. In fact, we are going to do a Blunami. This is a Soundtraxx Blunami 4408. So this will be our little Blunami install in this Climax. And I don't think I'm going to put a battery in it, but we shall see when we get to that point. Okay, let's get busy. Okay, so this is a little Climax I picked up at an estate sale, and it has never been fully assembled. Still has a lot of parts to go on it, detail parts. It has a fireman and an engineer. We shall put this thing together and rewire it. And there she is. When you're handling these, it's always best to pick them up by the front and rear chassis of the chassis. The trick to this will be having a battery car trailing this and figuring out the wiring, because the wiring on this unit is all under the ash pan here. Basically, we'll have to take off the two trucks, take the ash pan off. Be careful, I don't want to damage the yoke, so we'll have to be careful with that and remove it gently. And then we've got to trace all the wires, and then we'll get this wired together. Let's come back when I get things torn apart a little bit. Okay, so we need a nice small Phillips screwdriver to remove the screws. And remember, whenever you take these screws out, I have a tray with these things set in it. But you want to put the screws back in the holes where they come from. So this hole for this one is right here in the base of that spring block. You don't have to put it in all the way, just enough to keep it there. Same thing forward. Okay, that's all four of those. Then you're going to find there are a screw here, and there's a screw here. And then these blocks will just pull off because they're held on with two clips that hang down from the chassis. So we use a little bigger, heavier duty, nice straight Phillips driver. If the screw comes out, great. If not, you can always use a pair of pliers to pick the screw out of there. These came off good. Now, let's take one at a time. Pull that out, watch your U-joint. There's one. And here's two. Now, what we're going to do with these, so we don't get them mixed up, okay, this is the rear. That's the rear truck. This is the front truck. They may be interchangeable, but I'm not going to take that chance. So this is the front truck. Okay, so we have our front and rear trucks marked. Now, as I recall, this just pops out of there. And let's see if I can use this. Yeah, right there. So you can see this just pops out and you pull it out. There's some styrofoam. It has two tabs here that set in, and then the little lock tab right here that pushes in to lock it. Okay. And of course it's got a reflective material on it so that your flicker will work. And I have different bulbs to make the flicker work, so we'll be using that. Okay, now comes the fun part. Other than black being neutral or negative and red being positive, they haven't marked a lot of this. So we have to decipher these ourselves and figure what goes where. And a lot of these wires will just go up here and run the steam or the smoke, which we're not going to use the smoke generator. So we'll take that out first, and then we can just pull those wires right out of there. Okay, and I'm going to shut down for a minute. We'll come back. Okay, now to get the smoke unit out of here, it doesn't stick up into there, it just slides in. You have to be careful of the headlight wires. You want to keep them out of the way. And there are 2 screws. I've removed one already. I'm going to use a small driver, get in here and remove the other screw. And they are stiff. Okay. And because they're loose, I just pick it up like that. Okay, now these 2 screws we don't want to mix up with the others because they won't be going back in. Okay, and there's our smoke unit, along with the 2 wires that ran the smoke. And as we don't need those, we're just going to pull those wires right out of it. Now, and let's see if we can find those 2 wires that were the smoke unit. Nope, that's a headlight. Okay, so I found 1 headlight wire. Okay, I want to trace this headlight wire back, and it attaches to the board right there. Now, this board will never be used again. Same with that. So I'm just going to snip this off right here, and we're going to mark this wire as a headlight wire. HL for headlight. Okay, now, as I'll be having a black wire on that too. Let's see. Here's the black wire. Look at that, I found the other headlight wire. Okay, so this is the negative wire for the headlight, and it attaches right here. Now we will snip that off. Okay, now we have our headlight wires. That was easy. The other thing we won't be using will be the chuff wires here, because that soundboard takes care of the chuff automatically. Now, one of the ways to trace these wires down is to strip this a little bit. Get my DOM out. Okay, this is one side of the pickup for the motor. That's the other side pickup. Okay, board is completely disconnected. So next we need to remove the cab, and we need to remove the tender. We've got 4 screws here to get the cab off. There's 2 screws under these 2 pieces here, and then the tender, you have to pull a safety bar up that's attached to the deck back here, and then the tender will rock back and pull off. Let's take a look at that bar back here. This is the bar right at the rear that you have to lift off. One side's always stiffer than the other. It's a nice metal bar. And then when we take the 2 screws out of here, and then there's a metal piece on this canister at the rear, these will bend. So you twist it back until you get far enough where it will lift out. You don't want to break anything. There. Okay. And then you have 2 screws that are down in your slots here. Now, so we don't mix these screws up with other ones, we're going to put these screws right back in the holes they came out of. Okay. This way they can't get mixed up with other screws that are in our bin. Okay. Now this is the circuit board that they would have had you connecting a soundboard up to, but we're not going to use that. So these 4 wires here come out down here, and we'll be using those wires to pull other wires through to connect from the front truck power pickups for the headlight and for other lights that are in here. Now the rear power pickups are right here, so all we have to do is pull these out. We'll do that in a bit. First thing, I'm going to take a break. We have all of our wires pulled through this channel, and they're all coming out the back. These are our power wires down to the truck. We're going to reroute them forward a little bit so they're not under the speaker. Other than that, we're doing good. Okay, we now have our wires all set back here to the tender. The speaker is sealed in place, and it has speaker wires. Our power will come from a trailing car, and the power comes up through here to the switch. This will be an on-off switch here. On is aft, off is forward. And that'll be our 2 power leads going into the unit. These will be all of our lights. This is the positive for all the lights, so each of these has to have a resistor, a 1K ohm resistor on it, except for this one light. This is the cab light in the top of the cab, and it is an old incandescent light. I don't know why Bachmann did that. Bachmann did all the rest of the lights LEDs except for that one light in the cab. So all these will go directly to the positive lead. These will go to the negative leads with 1K ohm resistors, and these are the 2 power truck leads for the front and rear trucks. They're all taped down, or they're all sealed down into one, And I did check to make sure the polarity was correct on both. They're both going the same direction. So now we just have to wire it into our board and then put our tender back, and we're ready to program. Okay, we'll come back when we get to that point. Okay, well, we still have a few things to figure out, but it is getting a little better. So I know I won't have a cab light showing, but let's play with this a little bit. First off, turn the power switch on, and we are getting some sounds. Next, open my phone up, turn on the Blunami, and it connected. Okay, so I click on that one. I'll rename it later. It's going through the check, make sure everything looks good, and there. Okay, so forward motion. First, I'll turn the light on so we have the blower going. No light yet. Increase speed a little. And we do have our headlight working. Okay. Now, let's decrease the speed. Bring it down to 0. We'll switch to reverse. Throws the Johnson bar. And we're in reverse. Okay. Now, let's come around to the other side for a minute, because right now there is no firebox burning. So we'll switch over here to functions, F15 through 28. The firebox should be 4. There's the red light, and 5, which is the amber light. Turn 4 off. Now you can see the amber light, sort of, and 4. So those functions are working. Okay, I think it's time to button this up. I still have to make the firebox flicker, but I understand that's in one of the CV changes, so we'll get into that a little later. Right now I'm going to close this thing up and see how she runs on the railroad. Okay, we'll come back to you in a little bit. All right, let's try this. Connected.
All aboard!
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Be safe, stay healthy. We'll see you down the rails, and God bless.